Oh, the music ends. The music ends at the perfect timing. Welcome to Montjuic Park. I believe that is how you pronounce it. I'm fairly certain. I hope everybody's doing well out there today. Let me make me a little bit louder here. There we go. Yeah, that should be better. We have cars on track at Montjuic Park. And man, this track is a doozy. I hope I know there will be some folks in the stream that are not familiar with this one, and it is a very, very cool track. I've wanted to do a stream here for a long time, but for some reason it's never worked out. But hello. So watch cars blast over. This is right past the start-finish, the very famous hill that the cars leap over, and they actually did jump off the ground in real life. We're maybe sending it slightly harder than they would. Yeah, so technically this track is still here because it was in a park. It was a park in Barcelona. Let me bring the cars down just a little bit. Oh, they sound great. Everything about this is going to be fun today. We'll fly up over the hill, across the track real quick, not get speared by a car here. And we'll come up over the top of the hill. Hello, Commodore. Great Indoors, Vampire, Dr. Dan. This should be a good one today. I'm excited for it. A new league. I haven't raced with this group before, but we're staring at the first hill here. So this is right off the front stretch. You dive over this hill into a very tricky braking zone that I'm sure we'll catch some folks out. Here comes a car now. Nice. Not too much air on that one. Ooh, passing. Always difficult. We'll get out in just a second. I'll zoom on down towards the pits. This track, it never stops. You're always turning. You're always doing something. And it keeps you very, very busy. It's going to be a tiring, even though it's a sprint race today, it's going to be a tiring one. Here's our car. We're driving today the RSS 70, which is Race Sim Studios 1970 car that when did they release that? It was a little while now. But I tried it when it first came out, and I love this car so much. To me, this might be one of my favorite cars. It's tough to say your favorite, but never an excuse to not drive this one. It's modeled off of a March chassis from 1970, and it's kind of a genericized version of it, but it's pretty faithful in physics to the original, and it is the perfect car for this type of track, but it is also quite difficult. This is Assetto Corsa, so it's not GP Legends, but the track itself is originally from Grand Prix Legends. It's a little older, you can tell in spots, but there has been an update to it and some of the graphics. I keep seeing something fall out of the sky. What the heck is that? But yeah, this is the car I'll be driving today. It's Piers Courage's livery for the March Factory team. And this league, it's the HRL, Historic Racing League, I believe, is how they're called. And they do a little bit of like light role play, as in all the drivers and stuff, you take on a pseudonym. So we'll pull up the timesheet currently. We've got about 22 minutes left in practice. And I'm going to be racing as Richie Axelson today. So I thought I had to come up with a name for our driver today, so I figured I'd go as Richie Axelson. Seems like mostly everybody else has got some names made up. And it should be fun. We're doing 20 minutes practice or so left. Then we got a 10-minute qualifying session, which will be really important. Although the field isn't going to be super long today, I don't think. It's going to be important to start out front. And then, yeah, it's 13 cars so far. There might be 14, I think, which is plenty for a track like this. But then it'll be two 16-lap races, and I believe there's an invert if at least some of the positions from the first to the second one. So either way, we'll be racing somebody at some point today. And hope to have just two fun races. But I'm going to go out here and do a few laps of practice. I got race fuel in it at the moment. Been working on my livery, or my setup. Check this out, actually. We'll look at the car. It's a good view of the car here. I don't think I actually showed this off in the video. I just mentioned it when I made a video about this. But if you look at the aerodynamic setup, there's 4 different aero packages that this car comes with. So we're on the high downforce package here. And if we switch down, you can actually peel the wings back for different tracks. And it actually does change the downforce of the car. So you've got your third most downforce, your second most, which removes some of those front flaps, and the least downforce, which gets rid of the extra plane on the rear. And then you have the lowest, which removes the end plates and everything. So this is kind of your low downforce setup. We'll be running max downforce today. Add all those wickers and things back. I love stuff like that. I think that's very cool. I think it's very, very cool. All right. So we'll go out. I'm going to do a few laps of practice here just to make sure everything's working well. Currently in 8th. I think I can get into these 129s, but these folks are definitely quick. So there'll be a lot of competition today. But it is just a fun race, so there's nothing serious on the line here. Switch this out. All right. Hopefully, man, I've been having so much camera trouble lately, but I hopefully got it figured out just in time for this race. All right. We'll go out and do a couple laps. I'll talk you around the track. I actually don't really know the corner names to this track, unfortunately. But it's an intense one. Come over the start hump here, very slow compared to normal. And get it down to first gear here. And this is going to be all about how close can I get to the barriers without bonking them. Already sliding a bit. I got cold tires right now, so we'll get those up to temperature. But we're just winding our way through the park. And yeah, you got to play chicken with the barrier the entire time. Keep it in second gear for this left-hander. Work our way to the bottom of the hill, essentially, that we climbed at the start line. Second through this corner. Get on the throttle to help rotate the car. We will get up to third there for just a minute. There's off camber on that corner, which makes it extra tricky. Keep it in second for this left-hander onto a little straight section. This might be the longest straight on the whole track. Keep it in third now through an S up here, which is an important one to get right. Missed the first apex there. Try to slam the gas to get it to rotate out. Then the last sector of this lap, I don't know who designed this. Clearly not a racetrack designer, because it is such a tough sequence of corners. The longest left-hander you've ever seen. Spits you out then through the right, up to fifth gear, across the line, and that's a lap. Now we'll do the real jump. Wow. Front lifts off the ground, get it all the way down to first gear, just in time for the first corner. How cool is that? It's a little bit like rallying. I love this combo so much. A little bit late on the brakes there. Now, I believe we've got it on some accelerated fuel and tire wear. I know we have it on accelerated fuel. I believe it's tires as well. So we're going to have to take care of things, I think, a little bit today. I'm not going to be able to slide it as much as I want. We are running the groove tires, so we're not running the slicks, which are an option with this car, but we're running the groove tires, so early 1970 configuration, which I think makes it just a little more fun. Right. It's so tough to get the line right through here. It's very easy to understeer. It does actually feel a little grippier than I was expecting, so maybe those 29s won't be so scary after all. It's a 30.7. My best lap in this session anyway. Down to first gear here. I am on race fuel load, so I might be able to peel a little bit out of it to get quicker for qualifying. This one's going to be a difficult one for me today to read any chat during, so I might be quiet for some of it. That corner's so tough with the off-camber apex. Car in front understeers a bit there. I haven't really raced around a lot of cars yet. I might have hit the wall. Oh no! Oh god. Well, that's how quickly it can go bad. This was, I said it on Twitter. That was a crazy accident. I said it on Twitter that I think, or Blue Sky, which I'm also on now. Well, I think this is one of the most dangerous tracks Formula One ever raced on. If I was to guess, it's maybe not the one with the most fatalities or anything like that. Yeah, thumbs are fine. Everything's fine. But this track was insanely dangerous. I mean, you can see it just racing that close to barriers and stuff. All right, I probably pushed the issue a little too much there with the car in front. Let's get back out. Now, luckily, I'm fine. So, I let go of the steering wheel there. Hey, I think he just clipped the barrier there and we got into each other. So at least it's practice. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see if we get a clean race. I know there's a few really fast folks in this league, so I'm hoping we get... I don't think I'll be able to keep up with the fastest folks here, but I'm hoping I get somebody to race against. This was a combo I just couldn't say no to. That's why you don't wear a seatbelt, exactly. This is a beautiful track, and I know it doesn't look, you know, the most up to date, but this track was made for Grand Prix Legends, and it's one of those tracks for Grand Prix Legends that's right up there with the other best ones. And if you're curious about it, there's actually a lap of Jackie Stewart watching a video of somebody driving this track in Grand Prix Legends and talking about the circuit. I think it's from like 2006 or 7. And it's really cool. He has a reaction to the game and everything. Like he says something to the effect of, "Oh, this is how they do it now, huh?" It's very neat though. Down to first. I just don't want to lock the tires too much. I think tire wear is going to be an issue during the race. Got about 12 minutes left in the session till qualifying. 10-minute qualifying session and then dual 16-lap races today with an invert between them. So there'll be plenty of action, I'm sure. This car just wants you to put your foot in it. A little bit wide there, but you can get it to rotate. It's such a progressive slide as well. It's very satisfying. Ooh, a bit of a bad bounce there. It's going to tighten up my run through this left-hander. There we go. Nice and tight. This will actually be a decent lap. 0.5 off my personal best, which I did, I believe, on low fuel. Yeah, 29.4. Gets me up to 5th place right now in practice. That bounce, it gets so light in the front. We got a car slid off there. There's an awesome onboard video of Niki Lauda racing here. I want to say 1972 maybe. Through this section especially. Kind of driver's eye right behind his helmet. It's really, really nice. Right on my PB right now. Oh, right up to the barrier on the inside there. That was a good line. The track feels really grippy right now. So when we whack low fuel in this thing, we can see what it really does. It's gonna be right on my PB. Wow, 129 flat. I haven't done a 128 yet. Hello to Aiden's parents out there then. Wow, man, it feels so good. I love grip. I think I've been practicing on the practice server was, I think, pretty dusty. Right up to the wall. You really got to play chicken with it to get the most out of the lap. It's like an intense Monaco. An even more intense Monaco. Keep it in second there. It's right at the end of the rev range. I might be able to play with the gearing just a little bit if I had some more time. Yeah, stuff like that's going to wear the tires out, but for qualifying, you can see I picked up a 10th and a half through there. A little bit wide, do the long sweeping left-hander. I lose the whole amount of time I had, but pick it up a little bit on the exit, turn to PB there. All right, a 128. I'm going to give myself a minute here. We'll drive around and go into the pits. But isn't that cool? It is such a cool track, and I've wanted to... I have done an online race here before in Grand Prix Legends, but never on stream or anything. And if you want this track, it's there's a link in the description of the video for the stream here for both the car, which is a pay mod, but the track is free. And this is an amazing combo. Yep, it's a Grand Prix Legends conversion, so it's been touched up a bit. There's some new updates. I don't think they're live publicly yet, but even the base version, I mean the Grand Prix Legends version itself is a work of art. Whoa. It's going to be really tiring if I have to push for 16 laps. It's going to be a very tiring race. But I'm excited for it. I really hope the beginning of the race goes clean and we can have a good fight. Yeah, this car is incredible. It's just so... It is the only car I've ever played outside of Grand Prix Legends that reminds me of Grand Prix Legends in a very good way. It's a little more progressive and maybe realistic feeling than Grand Prix Legends, but it has that quality where you can just put your foot in it and the car will slide nicely, and it's so much fun four-wheel drifting. If you can't tell, I'm very, very excited for this. All right, so I'm sitting fourth right now. Not too bad. Looks like Alexander Wilson. We'll watch some from the outside, but they're up front. Go back a scene here. Get my wheel out of there. Ugh. All right, so we've got just 6 minutes 6 minutes to go before qualifying. 10-minute session, so it's not going to be a lot of time to do anything. Just got to go out and try to do a few laps, I guess. Hey, went golfing. Hope you did as well. Yeah, Thanksgiving. It's the little bit of a break a lot of us folks in the U.S. have this time of year. Thanksgiving. It's on Thursday. Yep, this mod, the RSS 70 car, has both slick and groove tires, and it did run both back then. It was actually this race at Montjuic Park, the Spanish Grand Prix. I think it was the 1971, but it could have been the 1971. Could have been the 1971 one. It was one of those 2 years either that the first slicks showed up. But it was this track, I know that for certain. It was either 70 or 71 though. And so this mod has both versions. We're restricted to just the groove tires today. So I think that's a good choice. It would you've already seen how insane it is with the groove tires. It would be even crazier with the slicks. I'm going to actually use this opportunity to put low fuel in the car and then just go and get used to it for a second. I did some testing and the car really comes alive at around 20 liters, so I think that's what I'm going to put in it for qualifying. Yeah, 71, okay. The 71 one. They didn't race here in 71, so which one was it? It must have been 70. This a little bit. Yeah, they're groove tires. They're kind of barely grooved. They got to the point where it was really just these little like slits in them. Yeah, this league is great. I did put a link to the league in the description of the stream as well. And it's a pretty casual league from what I can tell. I think they've done some seasons in the past, but this one, these are just some fun races, and they choose all different types of stuff, all in Assetto Corsa from what I've seen, but it's all different mods and cars, all historic. And yeah, hopefully this goes well today, and definitely want to join them for some more events in the future. I mean, I see that question sometimes, like why didn't Formula One have slicks sooner? Why didn't they use racing slicks sooner? The technology literally didn't exist to have a big fat tire like that was slick. Got a car coming up behind me here. The technology literally didn't exist to make a tire so wide that was just one solid piece of rubber that wouldn't like delaminate and fall apart after a few corners. And it was actually American drag racing that really pioneered that type of tire. And yeah, Firestone tires, kind of the first. I think all the tire companies were kind of right around the same ideas, and finally I think Firestone did do it first, but shortly after Dunlop and Goodyear and Michelin. That's really cool stuff to read about. Oh, it runs a bit deep. See, this is what happens when you follow. It's following somebody else instead of concentrating on my marks. Yeah, and this also, I mean, this track is so historically significant. This was also the track that that kind of got the high wings banned from Formula One in general. Graham Hill coming over that hill back there. Graham Hill, we'll call it during this, but coming over the top of the hill, front wing collapsed and sent his car, as you can imagine, careening into that guardrail. They also had a lot of problems the final years here with the guardrails not being properly assembled, and just some of the issues with the organizer and everything. This race has an amazing history, and it's a very cool one to learn about, and then also driving a sim. All right, we got just a minute left here. I'm just trying to be courteous to other folks behind me. Oh, yeah. Man, I got to remember to do that more. Switch my scenes here. I did get the wheel and pedal cam today, but forgot to switch it on when we got back in the car. Yeah, some of the scenery on the track doesn't look, 100% up to modern standards, but this was a track made in the mid-2000s for Grand Prix Legends, so you got to give it a little bit. You got to realize how difficult this was to make in the first place. It's an amazing accomplishment. All right, we're right at the end of practice here. It's going to turn over to qualifying. Like always, I'm just going to go out and do as many laps as I possibly can and hope we get a good one. I appreciate everybody coming in today. Should be a good couple of little races here. Sprint races, nothing serious. A good way to spend a Saturday afternoon. Thank you, Dr. Dan. Yeah, Tom Anderson, you're correct that Leo Lombardi scored a half a point because the race was shortened, but is the only woman to ever do that, I believe. Very historic track. It's actually, I didn't even realize with all talking about all this stuff. All right, just waiting for the session to tick over here, and it looks like we got 14 cars, which is great. Should be a good grid. Hopefully I can qualify up here in the top few rows. And it looks like the second race will be a reverse of the top 8. So, now I'm going to push as hard as I can in the first race. But if we finish, we got to finish in the top 8 at least. That's the goal. If I can finish both races in the top 8 without any major accidents, I'll be pretty happy. Yeah, Aiden, you're right. I mean, this is... I'm trying to think of a more dangerous track just in its layout and construction, and this one's got to be up towards the top of the list. Maybe, it didn't have the same number of accidents as some other tracks. Like, there's a lot of tracks that had a lot of bad accidents, but it was they only raced here for a few years for a reason. I think we're quite wise to move on, although it is very cool, but yeah. It does seem like a place they would have raced in the 20s and the 30s, not the 60s and the 70s. All right. We got 1 minute countdown, and then we'll go out for qualifying. Fuji, even something like Clermont-Ferrand, yes, there's lots of trees, and I mean, the Nürburgring kind of the same way, but this feels more dangerous than those for some reason. I think it's just the high speeds and the proximity of all the guardrails. I don't know. There were a lot of dangerous tracks, don't get me wrong. It just this one feels like another level of crazy. Maybe that's just me, though. Qualifying is just going to be about 10 minutes, so I expect the race to start probably in about 15 minutes from now. So if you're looking to get us, what does everybody always say? Get a snack? Get a drink? All right. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. First out. Wow. Really slidey out of the pits there. Got on the road first, though. Alright, I'll try not to ruin the tires on the outlap, but I do hope I get a bit of a gap to the car behind me. Yeah, I mean, even for a track from Grand Prix Legends, the surface on this is very detailed. Everyone's in a march. Hoping we get at least a couple clear laps. It can put me in the top couple of rows for the start would be excellent. I'd like to see a 128 ideally. All right, we'll come around the final couple of corners though and start qualifying lap number 1. We got 8 minutes left, so it's going to be a short session. Try to get a banker, I guess. A little bit wide there. Off the off-camber section there. Right on time for my optimal, but I think the track is quite grippy, so I'm not going to be able to lay back at all. We should see some new records if everything goes well. Use the shift there just to help it turn. You need to let off the throttle for a minute anyway, so you might as well use it to shift. All right, through the final couple of corners. Man, it's gonna be my best lap ever on the very first one. There we go, 128.3, or 8.3. We'll see where that gets me. Right back on it though. Way up in the first sector. Come on. Sitting in 5th right now, even with that good lap. Man, I shouldn't have looked. Lose 2/10 there. A lot of understeer through there, but I just don't think there's any way around that. This might not be better than my first one. It's right on the edge. That first sector was immense. Just kind of lost it all. I know I can pick up from there though. It's 128.7. Bunch of smoke in front. That might have been my 2 clear laps. Will not do stuff like that in the race, but 5 minutes to go. Despite that terrible first corner, I'm still only a 10th off. And I know I can pick that up here. It's a terrible spot to catch somebody. All right, it's all right. It'll set up for the next lap. Wah. That was a bit better. I gotta just wait on the throttle ever so slightly through there. And there. I might actually improve. I guess that's goes to show you should never let off. I don't think that was better. Very close. All right. Luckily, we've got a rev limiter. Oh, I just nicked the wall there. Just got away with it, though. All right, I gotta nail this. Turned in slightly too early, but I'm still going to pick up a couple of tenths. I just got to hold on to it now. There we go. That was nice. That was the best I've ever done through that final sector. 5 tenths. Almost 6. 128.2. Still in 6th. Man. Might overheat the rears there. All right. We'll use one lap to take a breath, and then we're going to go around. Now, this is qualifying. I got enough fuel to do one more lap after this and just enough time to do that as well. So I'm not going to slow down a ton, but we'll get around this lap, see if I can cool the tires off at all and go forward again. I can't believe I'm still 6th. Yeah, stiff competition, absolutely. I feel great about my laps, though, so it's just fast drivers. All right, we're gonna have time, just enough time, as long as we get to run the lap out. Should have just enough time to do one more lap, just enough fuel to do one more lap. We'll see if I can improve it all. I don't know, maybe a 127 can happen. We'll see though. The rears are really struggling. Just kissed the wall there. I felt slow, but I'm up somehow. That was bad. Right on the line though. All right, I tried. Most of that lap was decent, but I messed up a little bit towards the end there, and that just kind of ruined it. I'm just curious to see what my fuel burn is. Liters a lap, 275. All right, I need to do 2.75 times 16. Maybe add 1 extra gallon. Wow, that was exciting. I can't believe, just 7th though. Just 7th from quite a lot of pushing, but it's going to be a tiring race doing 16 laps of this. All right, what is 2.75 times 16? 44. Yeah. So my plan is to take 45 liters, so that should be enough. It's going to be close, but it's not a timed race, so we know exactly how long it is. And I think I'll need every bit of performance I can. I'm not as worried about the gearing during the race. But let's look at the competition. So Alexander Wilson, remember, these are like fake names. It's kind of an RP type thing. So Alexander Wilson has the pole against Oxygen. 127.2, a full second, man. Nothing will make you feel like you're slow than wrestling a car around here and then being a second off. I think I could have maybe picked up a couple of tenths, which, to be fair, would have been a lot. It's very tight here in the middle. But Zane Bono, with the Ferrari, is up there in third, ahead of Mino Kunig, Senna Schreiber, nice, Carlos, Shelly American, and then myself, Richie Axelson, for this. Wow, that was very tiring. It's going to be a pretty tiring couple of races. If you're just tuning in, we're right at the end of qualifying here. We've got dual 16-lap races, and the top 8 get inverted, so I want to stay. I'm going to start 8th in this first race, and I want to at least stay in the top 8. And most importantly, make it through the first couple of laps without an accident or something like that. And see if we can have some good racing along the way. I'm very curious now what folks' race pace is going to be like. Being that fast during qualifying, but we'll see. 16-lap race is, I guess laps are about a minute and a half. So it should be about a 24-minute race if everything goes as planned. And then we'll do another one after that. So not such a long set of races, but it's plenty for this track and car combo. All right, we're on the grid now. Just quickly check everything again. 45 liters. Got my setup on. Yeah, it should be good. I'm excited for this. I think it'll be fun. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I'm sure there's going to be some interesting battles. The biggest thing is I hope it's clean getting down through turn 1. I think that's going to be the big question mark. If we can get through turn 1 clean and get down to the fountain there, that straight, I think we can say race on. But it's all going to be about survival up through there. Very easy to have a track blocker around a track like this. But thank you all for the good luck. Thanks for tuning in. It's a nice little crowd in here for what is effectively a one-off fun race. And man, I'll see you guys on the other side. Cross your fingers for a good start. It's going to be an exciting one. Here we go. Thought about it, but I just don't want to be the one that causes it. Out of first gear, we're right on the inside. I pick up a couple spots there. I got one car on my right. Just wasn't able to sneak in behind before the other car snuck in right behind him. All right, we got a clear track behind me though. So we'll just settle in here and try to focus forward. This blue car maybe has damage. Seems quite slow here. Oh, what was that for? That felt like a decent start. Maybe it got really messy behind. Interesting. Restart. All right, we get to do that again. I don't know, sometimes having run races before, it, yeah, maybe because of the empty mirror, but that worked out well for me, so I was hoping we would stick with that, but sometimes second starts are worse than the first. I guess we'll have to do that again. Did everybody die behind me? Take two. All right, just try to do it again. I took it nice and easily. I don't think I hit anything or anybody. right, not quite as good of a start for me. Car behind, awful big in the mirror there as I focus on forward. See, the two in front made contact, and there just wasn't really a way around that. All right, I somehow am still in 7th, so we'll see if that stays or if they're going to do another start. I don't know if I have damage or not. I should. If this was, there was real damage on it, should be quite damaged after that kind of start. All right, focus anyway. We'll see if it sticks. Doing. All right, went down to the wrong gear there. Somehow saved it. It's just a bummer because that first start I was in 5th and clean, and now this one I don't know if I have damage or not, but I think I should be able to pass a couple of the cars in front of me here. There's a car in the pit lane doing some donuts. All right, I'm in 6th now. So we're a couple spots above the invert. I gotta try to reset myself from that qualifying pace. I don't want to slide the tires as much because I don't think they would last. I'm showing a percentage grip on the tire gauge there. So right now I'm operating at 100% grip, but they'll start wearing out soon. All right, let's do this a little bit better than last time. Got a nice little pack building up in front here, and I do have a car not super far behind me. So we'll see if John catches up. It's so dangerous because you don't know if somebody's going to be stopped on the track there in front of you. All right, 129.8, still doing really fast laps, even with full fuel. Ever so slightly closing in this car in front. Getting around though is not going to be easy around here. Still showing me 100% tire wear or tire grip, so it's not going to fall off super fast. Car in front runs a bit wide, but he's going to get a faster exit. We'll see if we can slipstream down the front stretch. I've had to pass very few cars in any kind of practice or anything. Car in front. Whoa, runs into the wall there. I probably could have snuck around him there, but I backed out because I didn't know if he was going to bounce back in front of me. I have to imagine that would give you some damage. But maybe damage is on pretty light. I didn't actually check what the damage multiplier is on for this, so... I didn't get down to second there. Dang. Just try to pressure him. Thing is, somebody else's mistake can easily become your mistake around here. Right on him now. Come on. I was going to try to go to the inside there, but that bump really didn't allow me to. Careful, because everybody's going to brake at slightly different spots. I was very tentative there. I should have just lunged. This is such a hard track to pass on. It switches back so much. Come on. I've been faster through here. Lost a bit of time there because I slid sideways. We got nobody behind me, so it's really just focused for this top 5 here. With Graham. This is fun. This is exactly what I was hoping for. I think I'm quicker, but you just got to find the way around. Now he knows where I might try it too. Oh, I tapped the inside barrier. Take it the long way. Side by side into the S's up here. There we go. Just drifted. That's a time to maybe use the tires to stay ahead. All right, we'll see if we can put together a good final sector and first sector here to get away from Graham. Finally got in front of him. This one's got me working pretty hard. We're on starting lap 7 now, so just under halfway. Just keep my eye on that mirror. All right, pulled out a little bit on Graham through the first sector. Still not far enough away to call it completely done yet. That was a fun pass. he blocked the inside there, so not going to pass on the inside, we'll pass on the outside. He had a slower line coming in to the corner. There we go. All right, we'll see if we can close up. I haven't seen who the driver is in front of me yet. Shelly American. We're up in 5th, though. 2 more spots to get a podium, but I think that's going to be a pretty tall order here. So we've got, I think, 6 seconds between 4th and 3rd. Wow, he's right there. Go for a lunge. He spotted my line in the final sector. I didn't see, wasn't looking. We are closing in on Shelly, but Graham is not leaving me alone here. Right out to the wall. All right, it's 128.5. Graham is still right there. Just hoping that I don't get too excited. Come down the inside here. It's such a well-designed corner, honestly, and I think it was probably a total happenstance, but to have such a wide entry like that and a heavy braking, it really leaves the inside open. You see that on a lot of modern courses, just as a way to promote overtaking. I think the jump slightly before it negates a little bit of that opportunity, but well, it's definitely not going to be any cruising. We got 2 cars stacked up right behind. I'm up to 5th. That makes sense. I have a bit of a battle in the mirror, and hopefully I can scoot away a little bit. All right, around. We're gonna start lap number 10. There's not so long to go now, but I can see Alexander Wilson coming up, and I think they qualified on the pole maybe, so maybe involved in that first lap skirmish. Tires feel fine, honestly. I was probably a bit too gentle on them from the get-go, but now I'm gonna have to keep Alexander behind, so this will be fun. Shelly seems to be just about as quick as me, or maybe quicker. I don't see them in front at all anymore. There they are. Trying to keep it tidy. I leave it just slightly long there off the throttle so that the car has time to rotate when I do the shift to 4th. I think that's the best way to do it. It is really, really tricky. Best lap. That's all I can hope for. And I don't see... Oh, maybe the car behind me has had an issue. Alexander's dropped off a bit. All right, keep doing what I'm doing. This is... Doesn't really matter what's happening around me. Just do the best laps you can do. A little bit of oversteer coming into the corner there. Making a mess of the wheel. Yeah, I just see Graham back there, so something happened to Alex. Didn't quite get the same line that time, but it worked. All right, this is gonna be a good lap. Whoa, 127.9. It's my first 127 ever. Well, you can't say I'm not pushing, but Shelley is very quick in front, as are the actual leaders. Trying to pitch it into the corner. That was about as good as I've ever done that one. Wow, it's just so great. I hope it's fun to watch. This is some of the most fun I've had sim racing in a while. Start was bad, but it's turned into exactly what I love with online races. Just doesn't matter what position I'm going for. I just like pushing myself, trying to catch somebody else. I think I'm just barely faster than Shelley here. And we might run out of laps, so I'm going to try. Once again, going to do a best lap. .27.8. Definitely the closest I've been. Paint the line. Snap oversteer there. Didn't get the drive out. Missed the apex so slightly there, but it's every little bit. I'm really closing up on Shelley now. They had a few really good laps, but big slide. .27.9. Not a new record, but still a great lap. We're on lap 14. Just a few more. Got nobody really coming up behind. So, full lock there. Come on. All right, tires, I can feel them now a little bit, but there's still, I think we got enough grip to do 3 laps. I hope there's a slight break between the races, to be honest. Man, it's gone from being perfect to now it's just very loose, very slidey coming out of some of the corners. Yeah, that right rear, it's falling off. I just got the fuel light. I hope I have enough fuel. That would be really sad. Come on. It's 128.6. Lost at least a half a second on that lap. Oh, they were a bit loose coming into the corner too. Everybody's going to be struggling. Just inching my way closer. Just got to put the pressure on. Bit wide there for them. Shelly's pushing as well. Whoa. Really into the wall there. We're all going to leave with a little piece of Montjuic as a souvenir. Come on. A little bit of a run coming onto the front stretch here. A lot of understeer with the aero wash. Side by side over the bump. Oh my God, this is incredible. I've not had this much fun in an online race in a long time. Come on. Yeah, I'm very short on fuel. We're on the final lap right now. But we're just going to push. This is too much fun to give up. Almost missed the shift down there. Big slide. There we go. They slid a bit wide. I'm going to get up the inside. This is a tough one, though. Oh, I'm not going to get it. An incredible battle there. Shelly did an amazing job holding on to that, so I did not hold back. 0.1 of a gallon left. Sim race of the year. It's November 30th, but that was easily my favorite race I've done this year. Incredible. And we get to do it all again in a second. Amazing race, Shelly. And honestly, I mean, the start was what it, it's always going to be like that a little bit, especially on a first race. But from there, this was just such a fun race. Because the fuel. I'm out of fuel. Whew. 0.1 liters. I got into the wall a couple little times there, but I don't know. Do we put more fuel in it for the second? I think I have to run the same fuel. It worked out. And I pushed so hard that entire race, so I just can't imagine burning more fuel than that. Oh, yeah, it was just real fun. Real great racing. I mean, up and down. With Graham, the battle with Graham was so good. And clean. I mean, everybody raced really, really well. and then Shelley there at the end to hold on to that. I mean, I don't think I would be able to do that. It's so much different when you're pushing to catch somebody else than being caught. That's just mentally really really tough. And I really want to watch that last lap again. Maybe after the second race, if it's not too long from now, we can open the replay from the first one and watch the end of that. Because, man. I've made it this far without any fuel, but I think we're going to die just about here because it was all downhill. Let's exit. We'll take a look at the results. Hopefully we would be disqualified, but Oxygen wins at a Sennacherib. Sennacherib. Had a Zane Bono. So there's our podium. Shelly American finishes. Oh man, just not even 2 tenths in front of me. So much fun. Like if you have a few dollars, like this is the best vintage Formula car in Assetto Corsa. I just think it's so well balanced. It really reminds me of Grand Prix Legends. So much playing on the throttle and the brake, and pair it with a track like this. This wouldn't be the first place I would take it if you've never driven here, but it is such a good combo. Such a good combo. All right, so we're going to do race 2 here, and it's going to be a reverse grid, which means I'm going to start in 6th position, I think. Oh, was that you, Jessimo? As Shelly. I think the fake names are fun, but I don't know who anybody is. That's what's tough, but great. Oh, man, great race. That was the last few corners especially were quite tense. I gave it everything I had. And it wasn't quite enough, but it was close. It's gonna be a struggle this second race, just getting through. There's just 2 races. I honestly don't think I could do 3, so I'm happy. I did a race worth of practice this morning, and you know, then I just did that one race, and I'm ready to ready to pack it in. But I'm excited to do the second race. I'm just worried about getting tired towards the end of it. Yeah, great race, Jessimo, though. All right, line up for race 2. We'll look quickly. 45 liters again. I'm going to keep it. It worked out perfectly. Running out over the line is always kind of fun. Race 2, I'm starting 4th. Starting 4th in this one. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Nice crowd in here as well today, and it's been some good racing so far. So hopefully the second race is as good as the first one. Everybody should be fairly comfortable with the cars now. And we got to do it all again from the start. 16 laps. Starting in 4th or 3rd effectively this time. Even though I'm technically supposed to be 4th, I think. All right. Already. I would kind of wish we had a 5-minute break or something in the middle there. Lights are lit. Oh, it's a little late on that. All right, nice and easy. We got cold tires, and I hope everybody behind me remembers that. Oh, there's 2 in front. I kind of did the same thing, but I got away with it a bit more. Stuck in front. All right, we're in 2nd now. The 2 behind. I took the normal line there. All right, we're right on Graham. Repeat of race 1, but now we're fighting for 1st instead of 6th. Run away from everybody behind. That's the goal. I thought about doing the same pass again. Well, I wasn't able to get on the throttle early enough to get a run here. All right, we got Shelly right behind me now. It's everybody I raced with in the first race, all packed up. Whoa, goes for the lunge. What a pass. What a pass. I didn't see that coming. Come on. I'm not going to give up that easy. I know I can be faster. Got up the inside of Graham there, but I wasn't able to really slide it out of the corner. Shelley ran a bit wide as well. Shelley's going to run away now. I got to get around Graham here ASAP. That was such an amazing pass by Shelley. We got somebody coming up behind me too. Mino, who finished, I believe they finished third in the first race, so they're definitely gonna be quick. The leaders really checked out of that last race. We did a little bit of a battle for the rest. Best of the rest. I don't know how Shelley made that stick. Ring it out in fourth gear there. So 128.6 right off the bat. There we go. I used a lot of tire there, but had to do it. Come on. Let's pull out a little bit from Graham and we can battle with Shelley again. Up front. It's the apex just a little bit there. Pushed out wide, bump of the wall. I want to know how Shelley did this pass up here. I feel like I've never had an opportunity like that. We must have just been really slow, holding each other up or something. Might be able to do a similar type move. We'll see. Already in the low 127s. My God, track must be really rubbered up now. Stab that throttle, try to get the car to rotate. Really close to the walls there. Almost overdid it. We got a big gap behind us, which is good, but if I can get around Shelley, maybe I can pull away a little bit. Definitely keeping them busy. Oh, did they hit the wall or was that net code? Keeping the line really wide there, and I wonder if that just doesn't hurt the tires as much. Yeah, all the cars are identical here. Setup is open, but I think a lot of this is drivers, and man, did I blow that. Setup can only get you so far in these cars. Come on. missed the last few corners, and Shelly's able to quickly pull away on that. Doesn't take much. There we go, much more tidy through there. Getting smacked in the face with branches. Shelly's just found some speed because there was a couple laps there where I was all over them. And then, yeah, we'll see how tires ebb and flow. There's still plenty of race to go. 10 laps, over 10 laps. We're just on lap 6 now. We'll keep the pressure on. It wouldn't take much. I did scrape the inside wall there, kick the car around too. So if I set my best laps, then there's not a lot more I can do. It's just trying to stick with it. Just going to focus on doing the best laps I can do and see what happens. Might need second gear there. I'm really bogging down. Definitely tiring, man, these couple of races, and Mino is catching us now. Cannot imagine a full Grand Prix around here. Oh, Shelly ran wide there. I'd love to lead a lap at least. Close to it towards the start of the race, but I think Graham led one. I tried second there, but man, it's really peppy. It's a good word for it. Oh, Shelly gets right to the wall again. Come on. Ran it a little wider that time. That might be the line. Just trying to stay right in that slipstream as much as I can. Yeah, I know the cars behind are catching up, but not a lot I can do about that. Just got to focus. Try to get around Shelly here. Maybe Shelly will hold him up for me. It's a great race. Come on. There we go. Really nice run through there. A little bit wider. Let it really ring out. A great slipstream here. It's just so easy to outbrake yourself. Just try to put the pressure on. Oh, she did it. Side by side. I could have done that. I blew the corner a little bit as well. Not as bad as she did, but well, I really got that one. All right, run away. Run away. Just focus, hit my marks. Push them into a mistake, though. That was so easy to do there. I basically did it in the first corner as well. The way the fence over there, though, scoops back in, it's quite tricky to pass, even if they run wide. Tempted to look in my mirror there, but need to find that apex. And yeah, I think I must have been battling with Graham enough where we slowed each other down there, and Shelly was able to hop up the inside, because I just don't know how you make a pass there otherwise. Six laps to go. Whoa, Shelly ran wide there again. Really pushing the braking down the hill there. Whoa, that was a big hit. Finally did it. I think that's my first major hit of the wall. I've scraped it a few times, but finally hit it. We'll hope the car is okay. Steering feels straight, so must have a lesser damage multiplier on. Wow, Shelly's right there. We've traded places now. I said how hard it is to have somebody follow you. I'll just try my best here. Almost locked it up. You can hear the tires just starting to break grip, break traction. Almost did the same thing again. I can see third place has caught Shelly. That could keep Shelly busy for a lap or two, but I have a feeling Mino is quite quick, and if he gets around Shelly, then we'll probably have to deal with him towards the end here. There's not that many laps to go, though. A little bit early there on the throttle, but able to pull it out. 127.2s. We're doing really fast laps. really dancy through there. Try not to hit my favorite wall. All right, Mino got around Shelly. Come on. On lap 13 now. I'm just trying to push as hard as I can to stay ahead of Mino behind. A little bit too much throttle coming out of the first corner. Cannot make mistakes like that. They're going to catch right up to me in an instant if I do. Tires are very slidey now. We got a slow car coming up. We'll see if they honor the blue flag. On the throttle, cars in front, it's like max adhesion, can't really change line. They're able to get around the first one. That's John there. Whoa, a lot of oversteer there. Yeah, we got 3 laps to go. It's gonna be really tight on fuel, isn't it? I don't know how I'm going to be able to save fuel here. Yeah, I'm going to be really short. Dang, how did that happen? I must have pushed harder this race somehow. Yeah, I got to do the impossible here and save fuel while keeping second place behind me. Shift a little bit earlier, maybe. Don't blip the throttle as much. He's gonna have a good run here. That was kind of a bad spot to try to save some fuel. I'll make him go the long way though. All right, 2 laps to go. I don't know if I'm saving fuel at all. It's really tough to keep track. Just trying to short shift and coast a little bit more and try not to do it at spots where he'd be able to get a run. We're going to be right on the number. Somehow have saved a little bit. It's right behind me. Yeah, we're going to run out like right here. Oh boy. That could be messy. All right, last lap. Just going to charge the braking there, but trying to use as little fuel as possible down the hill here. It's gonna be like, what the heck is this guy doing? Side by side. He's got to go the long way, but try to do Shelly's move there. Not able to do it. I tried so hard to hold him up, but I'm going to run out of fuel right here. And clutch and coast. Will I even get second? There goes Shelly. I think I got fourth. Oh, man. No, maybe third. It's telling me fourth on one and third on the other. I'll take third. What a race. Oh, my God. I'm so sweaty. I needed that one extra liter. I don't know who said I didn't, but it was the little voice in my head that said I didn't. What a great pair of races. This was so much fun. I'm not sure where I finished, but we'll see. So close. I think it was fourth. It felt fourth. Felt like fourth. I get a little bump here. All I needed was just that little bit more fuel. Yeah, looks like I got fourth out of that. Mino wins the race. I mean, they did a great job. If I had the fuel, I feel like I could have held them off, but it's always a coulda, shoulda. Oh, my gosh. Shelly finishes in second ahead of Alexander Wilson. And then myself in fourth position. What a pair of races. I mean, I'm kind of speechless because that was some of the most fun I've had all year. Just such great drivers, and the cars are great, and the track is, of course, excellent. So it doesn't really get better than that. I know, I should have just taken one more liter. I'm going to have to live with that for forever in all the comments on this stream. Live and learn, I guess. I always say that you should take just a little more fuel than you need, but this is so competitive that I thought I needed like every little advantage, and I definitely did. I mean, who's to say if I would have been able to keep up if I had the extra liter? Nobody really knows. Nobody knows. Let's see if let me pull up quickly a little replay thing here. I don't know if I'll have the replay from both of those races. It might just be the last one, unfortunately. But I do want to see Shelly's pass in the start and everything on the first lap. But I'm pretty sure it'll just be race 2. That's usually how it works. Let's go back here. Man. That is very tiring. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is going to be lap 2. Well, I appreciate everybody tuning in today. It's just kind of a random thing, but I saw it pop up. In my Discord, we have a channel called Friend Finder, which you can post, if you have a league or you're going to be doing a race, a stream or something. And it's just meant to help people find stuff like this. And so that's how I found HRL. Maddie posted in there that they're doing this race, and I love this car, and I've always wanted to do this track. So that's how I found out about it. But I love stuff like this, and I'm so happy people put it on. All right, we're gonna watch the start here. think we'll watch my car. Let's see. Yeah, I'm in the 24 here. I'm really interested to see Shelley's pass here on the first lap. Look at that. Look at it all spread out nice and clean. A little bit of a bonk there up front. Hopefully everybody made it through the second race clean. I'll have to get some screenshots of that start. That was nice. Yeah, and I got myself in a second here. This is behind Graham at this point. Yeah, it's all 1970 marches, essentially. It's actually not even the march. It's kind of a fictionalized version of it, but it's such an amazing car. It does things with the physics in Assetto Corsa that I didn't think could be done. I saw a little bit of chat about R Factor 2, which I've always said is my favorite handling sim, but this car gets as close as R Factor 2 as to anything I've ever felt, and I think it even surpasses some of the R Factor 2 cars, just in feeling. Oh, we got one spin in the back there. All right, so I was chasing Graham here, and as we come up to the last corners, essentially, we get side by side. I'm really putting a lot of pressure on, and Shelley's just waiting for a moment to pounce. And here we come up to the moment. I'm going to go in behind. Shelley just dips it right in. I mean, they're just doing, I guess Shelley's just doing the line that you're supposed to do. But what a good pass that was up the inside. Oh, Jazz, yeah, thank you for making this visual update for it. It definitely improves some of the old GPL graphics and stuff. I mean, maybe it's just, I don't have super high standards, but I think it looks great. Really, really fun stuff. I did put a link to this track and an RSS's page for this car in the description of the stream, along with the league's webpage. So if you'd like to check it out. Yeah, I mean, I wonder if Shelley was running different downforce. I can't imagine doing this with less than max. It might also just be that the other car's setups don't really load visually, which might be the case in the replay mode. I have to think everybody was on max downforce for this. The track is just the definition of a max downforce track. We'll watch my pass on Graham here. So I think it was decent. All right, had a nice run on Graham here, up over the hill. And I switched. Thought I was going to the outside, went down to the inside, just held on to it. There we go. Kick it around. So much fun. Definitely gonna tune in for this whole thing at some point. Cameras are pretty good on this track too. They're not too bad at all. We had a good battle here for a few laps. And it was Jessimo in front, and they were able to pull away a bit. I was right on her for a lap or two here, and then I think they got away from me, and then I got them back. And it's just kind of mesmerizing watching Formula cars rocket around this park track. It's really cool, really sideways there, braking. Oh, had a big smoke in the background there. The sound is really good too. Hopefully you all can hear it all right. I'm definitely very tired now. It was a very exhausting couple of races. Big slide there, coming onto the straight. I'm not even mad. I'm not even mad that I ran out of fuel right at the end of the second race. It would have been nice to have put the extra liter in it, but I feel happy that I drove as well as I did for it. So even though I didn't get the win, I don't know. I'm not that upset. I feel like I would be more upset, but maybe if it was a championship, but it's just a one-off race, so I can't even really be mad. The races were too fun to be mad. How do I think NASCAR would race at Monaco? Really poorly. Nothing these days races good at Monaco. Yeah, that's just when I fell back just a little bit off Shelley, or Jessimo. Love this livery on this car too. We got to select our livery out of the available custom liveries that they had for these, and the Pierce Courage one, I don't know, looks nice. Fits the car really well. I mean, I guess to call it a livery, it's just a solid color with a stripe on it, but I feel like some of the best best racing liveries are those, aren't they? It's interesting that so many folks, or at least one person, thinks the 2D, like that stands out to them, the 2D folks. I don't know, maybe it's because I've been around for forever, but watching this, it's not what stands out to me at all. Over the jump there. Man, it would have been thrilling to be standing next to the guardrails. I mean, it'd be terrifying as well, but to see the cars that close would be wild. Yeah, I came from the time where the crowds were exactly the sim racer, same deal. The crowds were just multicolor, and we actually had to turn them off because they took too much resources anyway, so we just would shut all those things off to get a good frame rate. I'm just smiling watching this. I want to watch the overtake on Shelley, and then we'll pack it up, I guess, for this stream. Really, the races weren't very long, but they were so tiring that I'm definitely beat. That would be killer on your back to jump over, something like that. I don't think you would send it quite so hard. All right, yeah, this is when I started pulling Shelley back in. And you can hear the cars behind. There's third place, not super far behind, having got around Graham and everything back there. So this is when I felt the pressure. Big slide out of the corner there. This last sector is so interesting. There's so many lines that you can take because the track is so wide and the corners are so long. I don't know if I ever really found the best line through here. Yeah, definitely pulling in now. I think it's maybe one more lap. I love the way the cars flick around that. This car just has, it does the thing a lot of the cars in Grand Prix Legends do, where if you just give it a lot of throttle really quickly, you'll spin the rears, and I have the diff set to be very loose, so the car will start to spin, and you can just crank yourself out of corners so easily. You have to hit the throttle hard, though, and it seems counterintuitive at first because you're maybe even before the apex of the corner, but you give it a lot of throttle, and suddenly the car will turn a lot more. And once you catch on to that, it's like unlocking a whole new style of racing, and I anyway just want to drive cars that drive like that because they're so much more dynamic. But like this corner is a perfect example. You're really bogged down understeering, and you give it a whack of throttle, and the car will suddenly start turning. All right, I'm right on Shelly now. All right, I remember how this happened. We almost got the pass done into turn one because I think Shelly's going to run a bit wide, and then I ended up getting it in the second corner. Right on slipstream, though. Yeah, you're almost creating your own turbo lag and like spinning the rear tires. It's interesting. All right, over the jump. I was trying to figure out if I should go high or low. Shelly did a great thing, sat in the middle, but ran a bit wide. I wasn't able to get it cranked around enough to get in there. We'll follow each other down to the second corner, I think. Just going to outdo the brakes a little bit here. Able to scoop around the inside then. Kick it. Here we go. Back in the lead. And then I held on to the lead for a few laps, but we ran out of fuel. Watch the last lap. Why not? Oh, that's the actual finish. We'll watch one lap to go. So this is when saving fuel, trying to stay in front of the car in second. I was driving kind of like a jerk at this point because you can, on a track like this, you can set your car in the middle of the track and they're not going to be able to get around you. Like here, I'm really taking advantage. They actually got alongside of me here and somehow I was able to stay in front. I think they probably let off the gas. But like here, if you set yourself in the middle of the track, you're not going to get past anyway. And we'll slide it down the hill. It was all for nothing. They would have gotten around me when I ran out of fuel anyway, but I was only a few hundred yards short. I did properly gas it up here, but I think they're going to get a run up the inside. In the faux Honda livery. Side by side here through the right-hander, but it's always going to work out better on the left side there. Has the inside line. Making the pass for the win in the final couple of corners. Very exciting. Try to throw it up the inside again, but it's all for nothing because right as we exit here, we'll run out of fuel. Right there. Run out of fuel. And lose all the positions. And I think, man, that was so close at the line. Let's take a quick look at how close it actually was there. How close was this? Fly down a free cam. It was very close. Yeah, but they're going to get me in the Jackie Stewart car. I think that's Alexander, as they were called in this. That is very much a fourth position then for myself. But what a race. What a fun couple of races, really. Fun couple of races, really. I hope everybody enjoyed this. It is I think the most fun, like I said, the most fun race I've done this year. I can't think of anything that was more fun than that. I had some good races this year, but these two were something else. But I hope it was fun. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll probably be back pretty soon. I definitely want to play around with Automobilista 2's new update a bit more. And I have no plans, for making specific videos or anything like that. But I'm sure I'll I'm sure I will be back soon with something from there. But until then, thank you all for watching. And if I can find my buttons here, yeah, hope you have a good weekend. I'll see you all next time.